All right, my name is Mardan. I'm a math teacher and I'm from Azerbaijan. I currently work in Kuwait, and that's it. If you want to learn more about me, you can check my social media accounts, profiles. I'm everywhere: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, and Instagram too, but I just haven't listed here. And I would be happy if you tell me your name and where from you are joining today in the chat box, please. We have this is Global Educator Network, Bulgaria, Texas, London, um, America, okay, and Canada, Turkey, Suzanne, very good. Um, USA. Um, So I turned off all the microphones. Just Oman. We have Nepal, Lesotho, India, Africa, South Africa, Benorita, and Omar. Nice to meet you, Omar. North Carolina, Honduras, Malaysia. Okay, cool, cool. Just very good. Nice to meet you again. I hope this session will be useful for all of us, and you'll get a benefit from. All right, let's get started. Today, what we will do. Number one, we will discuss the key principles of online teaching and learning, and just a quick overview. Number two, we will experience an interactive lesson, and I just picked one of my recent lessons that I did in grade 5 kids, and we will all experience it, and we will check how it looks and feels like. And then if you will like it, hopefully you will. If you will like it, then we will learn how to build your interactive online lesson. And we will make a demo, just a very simple exemplary lesson for you. And you can continue with that later on. And then lastly, we will deal with those questions, and I will try to answer all of those questions that you might have. Right, number one, let's continue with the key principles of online teaching and learning, or the general overview of online teaching and learning. Okay, so let me open my camera. Okay, cool. All right. Objective number one. So, dear educators, for making online teaching and learning happen, we need to have basically we need to solve these three issues. Number one, how to connect with learners. We need to have a sort of tool that keep us connected. Number two, okay, let's say we get connected. Is that all? Of course, it's not. The second issue is, let's say we get connected, and the second issue is how to make learners engaged in work and teacher instantly see what they are doing. That's exactly what happens in the real classroom. In the real classroom, we make investigations, discussions, inquiry, instructions, and then at some point, kids needs to practice. And then when they are practicing, we walk around the classroom, we monitor the entire process, we help the kids that who might be struggling or whatever. We have full control. And in this online teaching, we need to have um, the same accessibility to their work in order to make meaningful feedback and in order to monitor the learning process. That's issue number two. Issue number three is okay, we get connected, we have full control of everything, kids engage, kids work, and we give feedbacks. But what if someone missed a session for some reason? So we need to be able to address all of these three issues. So in the next slide, I show you three possible solutions. The number one issue was how to get connected. Here you see the tools are listed like Skype, Zoom, Google Hangouts, Google Classroom. The last three is like paid tools that your school needs to subscribe for. And but the first four of them mostly free, and these tools might make you connected with the learners. It's up to you. I'm sure you already use one of these tools, and we can just some of them just because of your school subscribe. If not, you picked on your own. So actually, this list is not limited to these items over here. We just day by day there is new technology is increasing and there is some new tools, but these are the most famous ones. The second box, the middle box, the second issue was uh, how to make learners to engage in work and teacher instantly see what's going on there. Since we are far apart, they are different, they are in different places. For this, as you see, there is only one option here. Actually, for this interactiveness, there is some other tools too, but uh, for my experience, I find this. I mean, Google Slides and Pear Deck combination is the best tool for making that engagement, interactiveness, and fun and learning very good. So maybe you have tried something else. I'm not sure, but from my experience, in my case, this is something worked very good, excellent. I received lots of parent like emails and positive emails saying thank you, and kids was happy with that. So that's why today mainly we'll focus on this, and I'll talk about detailed about this a little bit later. So third box, the third issue was what if someone missed a session? So in the third box, you see the list of the tools that allows you to 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 make a screen recording, to record your screen for those of kids they might miss the session, and just you send that recording to those kids. Actually, in my case, I send that recording to everyone, whether you missed or not. Uh, it helps for those who participated. It's kind of a review tool for them, but like specifically for those who missed the session, this is fantastic. Actually, the number one benefit is they know what exactly happened in the classroom. They see what was their classmates' responses and what was your feedback on their responses, and no any YouTube videos and tutorials can replace that recording. And secondly, second benefit is it it let's say it makes a big effect on the emails that you receive on daily basis. Like, Miss, I don't understand that. Mister, can you please help me or whatever. So those emails will decrease at least 70%. So you just need to deal with those extraordinary email issues. That's exactly coming from my own experience. Again, this list is not limited to these tools like Screencastify, Camtasia Studio, Filmora, Bandicam, Movable, Loom, and Cam Studio. There's some other tools. I just picked here the most famous ones. I personally use Screencastify. It is paid up until 5 minutes of recordings. It's free, but obviously it might be more than 5 minutes, so I pay for that. But the free one is Bandicam, I guess, and Loom is free for the next 2 months. You can access to Loom free premium access. And yeah, just the tools that are listed in box number one and box number three, these tools are just completely up to you. Just you need to pick the one that you are comfortable with that meet your needs in your digital classroom. All right, we move on with two key principles of online teaching and learning. Again, these principles comes from my own experience, and I find them very useful. Number one is accessibility. Accessibility, and an excellent accessibility is one click. So what I mean by accessibility, I mean is whatever you share with kids in terms of assessment, test, quizzes, or whatever, homework, or the, let's say, the way that you connect with your kids, you send links or whatever. So whatever you want your kid to do, those stuff needs to be accessible to the learners. And 100% accessibility is one click. So if I'm your student and you ask me, Mardan, go this place and enter this username and password, then click on that, and then click on this. Oh my God. So it is step number 1, 2, 3, 4. So there is high possibility that I might lose in one of those steps. Okay. So that's not 100%, that's not excellent accessibility. And excellent accessibility is, so you say me, Mardan, this is your homework. This is your homework. And I click on this, it takes me to the homework. That's it. Just click on this and you are there. Boom. So I agree that for some reason, not always, it is easy to make it in one click. So it might happen sometimes 2 clicks, 3 clicks. But again, the one click needs to be the target for accessibility. So second golden rule, the key principle is consistency in daily procedures. Okay, yeah, I agree that in the content base, of course, we teach different stuff every day, in different days, different concept, different content. So content and concepts will be different, of course. But I mean that the general scenario of your lesson needs to be consistent. For example, let me expand this a little bit. Let's say we have a lesson at 10 o'clock and 5 minutes left to the lesson, and I am your student. I came to I joined to your classroom, and I'm waiting for you. 5 minutes left. And in those 5 minutes, I should have a solid scenario for your lesson. I mean, for example, I have to have let's say, an understanding that or idea that, okay, my teacher will start with the warm up, then we will make it some short discussion, then she will or he will teach us something, then we will practice, and we'll have homework at the end. And homework is going to be on Khan Academy or Flipgrid or whatever. Okay, that's the solid scenario. Of course, homeworks will be different, and content you share will be different, and discussion question will be different, and warm up might be different. But at least I have to know that this is what gonna happen now in the next 1 hour. So if you have this consistency in this procedure, so kids already they are overwhelmed, they are stressed. There's lots of things going on around their families, their lessons, and you are not the only one that teach them. They have different teachers, different assignments, different structures. So as long as that scenario is solid and consistent, it decreases their pressure, their stress. It makes them more confident about your lesson. They already know what's going to happen, and it actually also helps the transition process during the lesson. So everyone knows that after warm up, we will go to Khan Academy, or we might go to Kahoot, or we might go to Quizzes or Flipgrid. They actually do it before you ask them to do it, because they know that it's going to happen in the next few minutes. So that is what I mean, consistency in the procedure. All right, we continue. Okay, now you might ask, hey Mardan, okay, everything is cool, very good, consistency and accessibility, one click. Okay, could you please show us how does these principles look like in your case, or basically in my case? Okay, so I'll just now show you how these principles, I mean accessibility and consistency in the procedures, looks like in my case. Okay, so I now go to a new tab, and this is the document. This is a Google Doc I shared with my kids at the beginning of the from the beginning of the online learning and teaching. So I currently teach in grade 5 and online math classes. I teach math, mathematics, middle school, and Mardan Aliyev. Okay, so this is a part of we started 1st of March, and this is a part of that document. Starts from April 1st, April 2nd, and there was a weekend or whatever. That's why it jumped to April 5. Okay, let's dive into it a little bit. So April 1. So let's check the accessibility first. So it says math live lesson at 9 a.m. Okay, and it says link to join. So there is no link at the moment because it's expired. It was due to April 1, so I took that link off. But there was a link. So secondly, it says Pear Deck, link to join. Again, link to join. Quizzes, link to join. Okay, homework from Khan Academy. One click, and you are there. Session recording, if you missed live, one click, you are there. Okay, so accessibility is 100%. So we have stuff to do and just the link to connect you with that stuff. Now let's go to April 2 and compare the scenario. So in the April 1, I started this math live lesson at 9 a.m. link to join. For the April 2nd, it's exactly the same time, 9 a.m. link to join, and then after that they have to click on Pear Deck. They have to click on Pear Deck, then have to click on quizzes, link is there, homework is on Khan Academy, and session recording is again there if someone missed the session. Okay, as you see, if we compare April 1st and April 2nd, the scenario of the lesson is exactly the same. So all my students before my lesson, they know that what's going to happen. They have to be there ready for before 9 a.m. because we start 9 a.m. every single day. Every single day it is 9 a.m. and there will be link to join, and there will be link for Pear Deck, for quiz. Homework is always going to be in Khan Academy. And in case if they miss the session recording is always there as a support recording, as a support resource. But that is not just magic. This is just a Google document. I made it, and for the next day, I just made a new box. I copy paste the scenario. I just update the links. That's all I do. And yeah, it's very easy, very simple. Of course, I send daily emails to them, but that's another, let's say, then optional and multiple, um, let's say, accessibility for them. I send daily emails, but as long as I have this document, I don't really have to send those emails because kids already know where to go and where those links are. Because this is the requirement that I have to do, so I need to send emails every day. But think about a student. Think about a student, and you have billions of emails in your inbox, and you are receiving again and again every day, and you messed up in those emails, so you don't know what to do if you miss something. So let's say at some point you missed a lesson or assignment from last week. So how you will find that assignment? So you have to go to your Gmail inbox. You need to go one by one, check the dates, and you need to find that particular teacher. You need to find particular assignment, and even finding that assignment might take ages, you know. But in this case, so if you missed assignment for let's say I go back for let's say March 17, the assignment is there, the date is there. Just the only thing you need to do, you just scroll up, scroll back, find that date, and that's it. Find that date and that's it. You are there. No confusion, no stress, and accessibility 100%. So that is how accessibility and consistency in the procedure look like in my case. All right. So we finished with objective one. Objective one was about the overview of online teaching and learning and key principles and golden rules. We are done with that, and we'll continue with experiencing an interactive online lesson, which is going to be grade 5 decimals review. Okay. So I just want to see if you are ready to experience an interactive online lesson. If you are ready, please comment on the chat box, say I'm ready. Okay, cool. So it's going to be decimals. No worries about, guys. I know that some of the participants are school principals. You are science teachers. We have language teachers, IT teachers, special needs, art and design teachers. So you might have different background, not mathematics, but it is just grade 5 stuff and decimals, easy stuff. And again, I just want you to experience that interactive part. We'll have some questions, some let's say um, uh, experiences and practices. You don't have to. You don't have to. Um, let's say answer correctly. Just please comment if you are ready. All right, people say they are ready. Cool, very good, very good. All right, then we can start. So at this point, I will, in order to interact with me, to join my lesson, my interactive math lesson, you need to have this link. So in my case, I share the links in that Google Doc as I already represented. But in this case, let's say the chat box is my Google Doc, and I'm gonna uh, paste that link here. Okay. From now on, I would be happy if even if you are ready, please don't type it there, because I don't want that link to disappear and go somewhere else. I'm just gonna paste the link in that chat box, and I want you to copy that link and paste it in a new tab, okay? And then you'll be connected to my lesson. So whatever I see on my screen, you will see the same stuff. So I pasted that link. Actually, it is clickable. You don't have to copy and paste it to somewhere else. You just need to click on it. It's very good. It's a clickable link. So please click on it, and it will take you to my lesson. Okay, so I see 7 students connected, 8. Once you click on that link, it will ask you how you are feeling, and then it will ask you log in with Google. It might ask you log in with Google, and so it will probably ask. So 15 students connected. So the only thing you need to do is you just need to click on the link I shared in the chat box. It is a clickable link, and just one click, and you'll be there. 17 students connected. Ah, no, it doesn't ask you to, because I see that you joined with your avatars. Yeah, I just deactivated it. So you just joined with your avatars with nicknames. So it didn't ask you join login with Google. Just simple connection. Um, if you joined with tablets, iPhones, iPads, mobile phones, it might be a little bit difficult to connect. But if you connected with laptops and laptop or desktop computers or laptops, it would be just very easy. Click on that link, and that would be fine. Just click on that link. If that link is not clickable for you, then copy and paste it in a new tab, please. 22 connected. Okay, so then yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It will connect. It also might be because of the internet connection. So after guys, after you clicked on that link, okay, you have to see whatever I see. If you have to see objective tool, let's experience an interactive online lesson. This is my screen, this is my presentation. You need to see exactly the same presentation. If you don't, just refresh your page, refresh that page, and if it doesn't, if you don't see the screen, it is because of the connection issues. A little bit patient, you'll be connected. So 22, I'll wait 1 more minute. Okay, I'll test that link. I'll just copy and paste it in new tab. I will also join my class as a student. So this is exactly what will happen if you click on that link. Okay, how you are feeling? I'm feeling amazing. And then here I am. That's what you see. Actually, there is an audio. Okay. Yes, I am. So you have to see this screen. 23. Okay, guys, we get started. Okay, it will. I think. Yeah. Blank screen. It will come. It will pop up soon. It's just because of the connection. All right. We continue, guys. So again, it's grade 5 stuff, decimals review. So in my case, I always start lessons with the warm up, and since I start my lesson in the morning at 9 a.m., some of them might be still sleepy. I just want them to shake them and make them ready for the day. So I'll just do exactly the same scenario that I do with my class. Okay. So at this point, you see on your screen quizzes, and you have to enter your name, and then you need to click on start. And I see I give you about 1 minute to complete that steps. You just need to write your name, and then just click on start. And I see 8 students connected. 10, 11. Okay. So 30 more seconds. Please connect quickly. You just need to write your name, and that's it. And click on start. 20 seconds. So on the presentation, we have I think about 25. So I'll give you 30 more seconds. 17 connected. Omar, Elizabeth, Yuri, Susan, Amy, good, Angela, Sarah, admin. Oh my God, admin. I think we have IT people over there. So 3 seconds and we start. Okay, so let's get started. It's all about the Asmus, guys. Good luck. I will also do that. Okay. Just no panic. Just answer the questions, no matter correct or not wrong. Okay. No stress. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 30 and 37. The link is in the chat box. Okay, I'm done. All right, let's see the leaderboard. Okay, I think we are done. Someone is still doing, okay. 30 more seconds. Okay. Okay, you see their places. Janis and Sarah and Mardan Aliyev. Yes, bravo. Okay, so you see your scores on your screen, guys. Thank you for participating in the warm-up. Uh, so let's continue. Because so we did the warm-up. So now this is, as you see, this is like a review session for grade 5 decimals. At the moment on your screen you see a model for a decimal number, for a certain decimal number. You need to find which decimal number is that. If we have a place value chart, ones, tens, and hundreds places, and so based on this model, in the next 30 seconds, I want you to tell me which number is that. So I already see the responses. Some responses. So we have 2 in ones place. We have nothing in tens place after the decimal point, and we have 600s in hundreds place again after the decimal point. So which number is that? 10 seconds. Okay, so time is up and I see all of your responses on my screen. You don't have to send it to me. You don't have to. So it is very easy and simple. So this is so on my screen on teacher's view, I have an accessibility, full control. I can give you a certain time limit to complete your assignment. I can see second by second what's going on, what are you doing over there, second by second, and I can see if the majority did it correct or wrong. If I go there here and I say, yeah, majority did it correct. So the correct answer was 2 ones and 2 and 600, or 2.06. Okay, so we continue with the next question. So for this question, we have a decimal number which is 1.30. I want you to guess and to find approximately, but again, your answer needs to be very reasonable, where it is on this number line. At this point, you see a location icon on your screen, a red location icon. I want you in the next 30 seconds to drag and drop it to a place that 1.30 is. And I see your locations are flying on the air at the moment and figuring it out. Very good, cool. You only have 15 seconds left. But as a hint, I can tell you that 1.30 is definitely more than 1. It is definitely more than 1. It is definitely less than it is definitely less than 2. Okay, and just figure it out. I'm sure it is more than 1 and less than 2. 15 seconds. Okay, I see your responses. 20 students responded, 28 students connected to my lesson. For some reason, 8 of them not responded yet. Okay, time is up. Okay, let's imagine you have 100 students. Let's imagine you have 40 students. So just making sure, just going one by one and checking if they did it correct or not. You can simply let's say put all of those screens on top of each other and see the general overview and save your time. So if I put all of your screens on top of each other, I see that the majority of the respondents, they did it, they made a correct decision. Since 1.30 is between 1 and 1.5, it should be somewhere between 1 and 1.5, and actually the better choice is it should be a little bit closer to 1.5, since 1.30 is more closer to 1.5 than 1. So everyone, the majority, so 1, 2, 3, 4 students made a wrong decision, but the majority made a correct decision. So, so at just this point, I just probably you have this question, and I want to address that. The question is, okay, who is who? I just see the location icons, right? The red icons. Who is who then? Who did it correct? Who did it wrong? So in my case, it's not really important in the uh, in the uh, in the teaching process and teaching and learning process. In the teaching and learning process, it is okay make mistakes. Someone make mistakes, someone will do it correct, and particularly for the teaching process, I'm not interested in who exactly did it correct, who did it wrong, and I want to keep their responses anonymous, secret, hidden. Okay, and in this time everyone have chance to represent themselves. They are confident, whether they are confident at least for responding something, to say something. Otherwise, if their names pops up with their location icon, and I see the location icon is moving with their names on it, then some kids, if they are not confident about their answers, if they are not sure where it should be, then they might just decide being there and silent, doing nothing. Okay, because they see, okay, let's say I did it and my name is there, and teacher will see that it is me and I did it wrong. Okay, in this case, and then another stuff is I record my lesson. Okay, and I'm planning to send it home for those who needs a review or who missed a session. And think about this, it's not limited to your live lesson, it is now you made it public. So me, Mardan, I joined your class and I did it a wrong choice. Everyone see my location is moving, but my location is in the wrong place. And imagine how embarrassing it might be for that particular student. And imagine it is shared to all kids in the classroom and all parents possibly, and that's not good. So, so if you, probably you will, they record your screen and you do this sort of activity. That's another cool feature, that it keeps everyone anonymous, hidden. There is no names here, unless for some slides, that upcoming slide it's coming, I will talk about it. Unless kids, they might write their name. Again, this is their choice. This is their choice. You can give them choice. You can say, okay guys, if anyone wants to put their names, particularly for this interactive slide, you cannot write your name, you just need to drag and drop your dot. But in some cases that's coming, you will see that kids have access to write their names. Again, in my case, it is optional. No one has to write their names, it's optional. Some kids, high performing kids, they are confident with their answers and they write their answers anyways. Okay, and it gives them a little bit more engaged. It keeps them a little bit more engaged. Actually, they want to be popular and fun and whatever. So, but in order to have the number of the responses high and everyone to take part, that's not a requirement in my case, and that's something I highly recommend. So we continue with the next question. So here we have a student whose name is Lola, and she has 4 digits, 4 numbers, 3529, and she wants to make a decimal number with 2 decimal places, but the greatest one, the biggest possible number that you can arrange based on those digits. So I give you about 2 minutes. I'll give you about 2 minutes, and at this point you see lots of colors at the bottom of your screen. You see a highlighter, you see eraser, you see pen, and you see an icon says T, which allows you to type. So, and you also see the the place where you grid, the colorful grid, blue, red, green, and black. I want you to write those digits in those boxes. Again, your number should be like an example 29.53, but 29.53 is not the greatest number for this based on the instruction. So your number should be like 29.35 or 25.39, this sort of stuff. 2 digits before decimal point, 2 digits after decimal point. But make it in a way that it is the greatest one. So you have 2 minutes for that. Okay, so we have some questions over there. Just let's focus on the task first. I'll answer all of those questions, guys. Like if you don't know who is who, then yeah, that's good question. That's good question. I'll address that question later. Okay. And again, if you don't see this page, it means your connection, internet connection, is a little bit low. Okay. So 1 minute left. And then if you feel like your marker or your pen is very thick, is very bold, on the left corner of your screen, you have a tool to adjust the thickness. I show you how. So this is what screen you're supposed to see. You see the timer on the left or right corner of your screen or somewhere, and 40 seconds left. And these are the colors, and this is the pen. This is pen for straight line, and this one over here, it adjusts your the thickness. So if I do it like this, and then I write like this, and if I drop it a little bit down, now it is like this. Okay, and you can also use text icon. And then, guys, for those of you who wish to write their names on their response, please use T icon and add your names. And I add my name at the moment. I say Mardan, and I will make it bigger, and I will put it over here. Okay, time is up. And then once time is up, your screen goes a little bit dark color, and all of the functionality, the colors and pencils and tools, all of them are blocked. You can't do anything anymore. And if teacher decides to give you extra time, he or she can do it. But in this particular case, I don't want to. I'm sorry. So I just want to check the responses. Of course, then the number should be 95.32. And I see 95.32 all around here. Cool. Very good. Very good. We continue. So this is a multiple choice question, guys. We have 0.8 and 0.59. In the next 30 seconds, I want you to compare these decimals. And that is from the student view. That's what you're supposed to see. You see the question on the left side of your screen, you see the timer on the top, and you see all the possible options. Here we have options: less than, equal to, more than, and I say equal to. It's not equal to, but let's say, and time is up. Okay, so now time is up, and I see all of your responses, but I don't want to go one by one. I just want to check the majority. So I see the majority says C, which is correct. If you compare just 8 and 59, of course 59 is bigger than 8, but actually 0.8 is the same as 0.80. So 0.80 obviously is more than 0.59. This is how multiple choice type of question works. All right, now the cool one that I use every day for discussions, investigations, inquiry. So you see a boy trying to add two decimal numbers, but there is something wrong on the board. And in the next 1 minute, I want you to figure it out. Just tell me what is wrong. I don't want you to solve it. Just tell me what is wrong. It's just because of the internet connection. Yeah, question was there. Twenty seconds. 15 seconds left. Please write your responses on the presentation, not on the chat box. All right, time is up. Okay, what's wrong on the board on this calculation? And let me see the responses. I'll give you 13 more seconds. If anyone wishes to write their name, you can type your name if you want to. So decimal places are not lined up. Points are not lined up. Lined up. Position of the decimal point. Okay, we didn't line up the digits. Okay, must be aligned. Decimals are not corresponding to each place value. Fantastic, Elizabeth. The decimals need to be lined up. Cool. Not lined up. Sagita, 15 should be written properly. It should be intense. Yeah, because of the decimal place wrong, Khania. Okay, so as you see, you can write your names if you want to. But in my case, I ask students, I say, guys, if anyone wants to write their names, they are free. Feel free to do so. If you don't want to, that's okay. So for the confident kids, they write their names. But for those they are not confident, but they want to participate, and it also encourages them to participate at least, whether it's wrong or right. Okay. So cool, and everyone did the correct decision and the response. The problem is the places they are not lined up correctly. Okay, we know what the problem is. Now let's fix it. So you have about 3 minutes to fix the problem. Uh, you have all the tools that you need. You have lots of colors, pen, pencil, T icon. You can adjust the thickness of your pen, and on the left side you have the paper grid paper and the workplace. I want you to show your work to add those decimals properly. Again, at the end of your work, if you want to add your name somewhere on the screen, you can do so, but it's not a requirement. You don't have to. Okay, people already started working. Cool. Fantastic. And again, as a student, you have to see this type of screen. And it works very well if your student connected by tablets, because they can with their fingers they can just use, or with their pens they can just write on the screen. With mouse it might not be that effective, but again there is T icon that might be helpful in this case. I have pen on my laptop, is touch screen, so I'll just use the pen and I will add this decimals over here. Okay, I know that 9 point thickness a little bit more. 9.087 plus 15 point. So 31. Okay, I add them and I will use different color for the answer. 7 plus nothing is 7. 8 plus 1, 9. 0 plus 3 is 3. 9 plus 5, 14. I carry 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Decimal point, drag and drop down. So I did it. Now I just want to add my name because I'm confident about my answer. Right? I added my name. I just change this location over here. Mardan. Okay. Cool. I'm done. And 30 seconds left. All right. Okay. So I know that this might be your first experience of trying to write on the screen. It might be a little bit challenging, but be sure that kids are excellent on this issue. Okay, cool, 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 cool. You did great job. Great job. And I see the names over there. Fantastic. Cool, cool. Time is up. Don't worry if you couldn't finish. Okay, don't worry. Just we need to continue. All right. The correct answer was 24.397, I guess. Yeah, and majority did it correct. Majority, I mean everyone, I guess. Yeah, cool. Okay. Now, that's the end of our review lesson, guys. I want you to drag and drop your daughter place how my online lesson feels like for you as a student. So how you feel like in the for the last couple of, let's say, like for the last 10 minutes, let's say, I hope just we you participate in some interactive activities, and so was it clear? Was it interactive? And did you have enough tools and functionality in order to respond back? And just yeah, whatever. Just tell me how it feels. You have about 30 seconds in order to complete your decision. Again, I don't see the names. I just see the dots. Feel free if it was confusing, you can put it there. You are allowed to do so, all right? No worries. Just yeah, I don't see who. I just see the dots. Okay, one teacher says confusing. Thank you for that. I'll give you a little bit more seconds. Maybe you'll change your mind. Huh? If not, that's fine. But again, okay, cool. And kids like this the dot part a lot. They love sliding it over around and just playing with that. Kids love it. Okay, so a couple of people says like good, and most majority says it's amazing. Cool, very good. I'm happy that it felt amazing for you. Now we have Objective C, guys. If you liked it, if you think it's amazing, at least if you say it is good, it is something that you should implement, then let's build your interactive online lesson. Are you ready? If you are ready, please comment, I am ready. Again, if you had a little bit difficulty for connecting, like white screen or still loading and stuff, it is because of the internet connection. So internet connection should be good enough to proceed all of this, because this is online presentation and I'm doing something. It has to go to you, and not only you, to everyone on the lesson on the web that joined to the presentation. So it needs good internet connection. So yeah, it's not about full bars. Full bars just says you connected with your router very well, but the speed, you should check the speed. And or maybe it's because of the Chrome. It might be because of the web browser you logged in. It works perfectly with Google Chrome. If you joined with Safari or Opera or Internet Explorer, it might be a little bit challenging. Okay, people says I'm ready. Cool. So guys, here what we will do. If you want to make that interactive lesson like I did, step number one, you need to go to your Google Drive. You need to create and open a brand new Google slide. Okay, and then you need to follow me on Zoom. I will also do exactly the same stuff. Okay, I will go to Google Drive, my Google Drive. I will create a new brand new Google slide, and I will continue working. So what I recommend is you have two options. You do nothing. You just follow me on Zoom and just look at the recording, which I don't recommend. Option B is you go to Google Drive, you open a Google brand new Google slide, and you exactly do whatever I will be doing. You follow me exactly, just synchronously. Okay, you follow me and you do whatever I do. It's going to be more practical stuff, and you will remember after the webinar how to do what to do and how it works. So you are feel free to pick option A or B, but I highly recommend you go to Google Drive in new tab, go to Google Drive, create a brand new Google slide, and then follow me on Zoom. So I do the same. I'll just stop my share screen for a while. Now I share the screen again. Okay, this is the new tab at the moment. So I go to Google Drive. This is my Google Drive. And then I click on the left corner, there is a new button. I click on that and I open a brand new Google slide. A brand new Google slide at the moment. So there is no title, it says untitled presentation, and this is the basic view that you should have. All right. So please, if you see this, I just want to continue. Please, if you have this view on your new tab, when you went to the Google Drive, you open the brand new Google slide, and you should see similar view. If you see similar view, please comment on the chat box and say continue or whatever. I see the same view or something. I just want to know how many of you they are there and ready to continue. Good. Fantastic. Very good. Okay, so you see the same view. Then I continue. All right, now I will start just designing my lesson. For tomorrow, for example, I will be talking about fractions and decimals, let's say. Fractions and decimals, for example, review. So you have different backgrounds. Some of you are science teachers, language teachers, IT, design, art, different subject areas. So I want you to think about your next lesson, okay, or any lesson that you are familiar with, you are comfortable with this topic, whatever. Just let's make a demo lesson, okay? It doesn't have to be related to the tomorrow's topic. Just any topic that it relates to your subject area. So I'm a math teacher. I pick a fractions and decimals, and then I will continue with fractions decimals. But you don't have to do the same stuff. If you are a math teacher, you can if you want to. But if you're a language teacher, think about articles, synonyms, antonyms, or whatever. Okay. So I just think about fractions and decimals review for the next week. So I'll just say so fractions. Okay, fractions and decimals review. Okay. So for the design issue, you can just deal with that later. You don't have to. I will go with the basics, no colors and stuff. I don't need this box. But this is the title of my lesson for the next week. I add one more slide. So so I want to ask a question here. I want to ask, what is the difference between decimals and fractions? Okay. So I want to ask this question to everyone. I want to see if they know the difference between fractions and decimals. Okay, I want to add one more slide. And I want to say, let's say, add this evaluate. Okay, just shortly evaluate. So I want to say evaluate, and I want them to add something. Let's say add 1/2 plus let's say 3/4, for example, equal to. I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so it needs to add this. So I want to add one more slide, and I want to add here test. Let's say I don't have the content of the test yet. Just test, and let's say we have options A, B, and C, for example, or maybe one more, D. There is a test, and the question will be here, test question. Okay, and I asked what's the difference between decimals and fractions. They add this. We have test, and then I want to drag. I say drag your dot onto the let's say proper fraction. So in this case, on the screen, I'll have different, let's say, fractions, and for example, 1/2, and 3/4, and actually I have proper fractions, so 3/2, let's say, and for example 4/7. So three of them. So I just make it bigger and separate. So my question is, which one is proper? Let's say improper. Okay. So in this case, I want them to show me which fraction is improper. You can ask different questions like, which one is the synonym of, let's say, amazing? Just they need to show you which one is that. Okay. Now the one more, let's say, one more slide. One more. Okay. Let's say I want them to go to YouTube and watch a video. Please watch this short video. Okay. Okay, so I want them to watch the video, and video will be here, and then probably short video, and then at the end I think that's it. So we started the fractions decimals review. This is the title I have, and then I asked them, I made an inquiry, investigation, discussion, let's say, with them, what's the difference between decimals and fractions, then evaluate, and then test question, drag and drop, and that's it. Okay, so my lesson is ready. This is just a basic review lesson. But if you want to make a brand new lesson, let's say if it is not a review lesson, as you see, I just started with the interactive stuff. You might have some instructional stuff. Let's say here you can add this video before asking them. You first ask what is the difference between decimals and fractions, and then they watch a video, okay, that which explains how to add decimals or how to add fractions, and then you have related questions later on. So you can just add this. So in my case, okay, I can just leave it like this. So if you have this type of demo presentation already, if you already created it with 5, 6, 7 slides, please let me know. And then I will continue with the next step. So if you are ready, please tell me ready. Just type ready in the chat box. Okay, good. Okay, cool. Cool. People say it ready. Okay, I continue, guys. So this is my lesson. This is my presentation, and this is very basic actually. If you want to, you can add different styles, design, or whatever. Just we have Google Slides have lots of tools like themes and everything. Okay. Second, step number 2 is we go to add-ons. Add-ons, because Google Slide is just a Google Slide. It's just a presentation tool. But in order to make it interactive, teaching and learning tool, you need to connect it with another extra additional tools, basically you need to add some extra functionality. So how we do that? You click on add-ons, it is before help. It's in the menu bar. So I click on add-ons, and then I click on get add-ons. At the moment there is no add-on connected, so I click on get add-ons. Add-ons and then get add-ons. I click on it. Add-ons and then get add-ons. So after that, Google will show me the possible add-ons that they provide for Google Slide. This is a huge list. There's lots of fancy stuff. But the one that it pops up in the first row is Pear Deck. The orange color, and there is a Pear. It says Pear Deck for Google Slides. I click on it and I will install it for my presentation. By the way, this installing process, you do it only once at the beginning. It stays there. For every time, you don't have to install it again and again, because you do it only once. So I install it. I click on install. Continue. And then it asks you a couple of steps. You need to log in with Google, and you'll log in with Google. And I allow Pear Deck to access my presentation. I give permission. Allow. And then okay, I'm done. You click on done and that's it. So I close this tab and I refresh my page. We refresh our pages on Google Slide because we just installed a new functionality, new add-on, and in order to let it work properly, we just need to refresh the Google Slide. That's highly recommended. I refreshed it, but when I go to add-on again, I see the Pear Deck for Google Slide is there. That's the first add-on I installed from the add-on list. Okay, okay, so good, I understand. If I repeat the steps again. You click on add-ons and you click on Pear Deck, you click on get add-ons. Okay, add-ons and get add-ons, and you install Pear Deck, this one. Okay, I already installed it. So someone says it says enabled by the admin. Yes, if you are using your school email, for some reason, for some schools they blocked all the add-ons. I don't know why. You have two options. You can ask your school IT admin to take that restriction, or you can continue with your private email account. Just try your private email account. For your private email account, it will work because your admin doesn't have access to your private email. So for some schools, I don't know, for some reason, I don't know, maybe some add-ons, they don't find them useful. So they just block all add-ons. So Pear Deck is in that list. So Pear Deck also might be enabled by default, like because of you are on your school domain. So if you have your private email, please continue with your private email. So I repeat the steps again. You click on add-ons, you say get add-ons, and then you install Pear Deck over here. Okay, I already did that. So please let me know in the chat box if everything fine, like you did that. You have Pear Deck, and then please say me you. Okay, add-ons is before help. It's in the menu bar. It is before help. I don't know how help is in Spanish. So it is before help. Okay. Accessibility help. So it is all add-ons located before help. You click on whatever it is written before help, and then you get add-ons, and you click on Pear Deck, and you install it. And Pear Deck is an orange, this one, Pear Deck for Google Slides. For my case, it says install. All right, so, okay, very good. Good, you're fine, then we continue. So once we have Pear Deck, what we do is we click on add-ons, it is before help, and I say Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on, and I say open Pear Deck add-on. And after that, we'll see a new sidebar on the right section, on the right side of the screen. This is a new sidebar that is provided by Pear Deck. You have new functionality, new tools, and everything. So please let me know if you see this screen, if you already see Pear Deck add-on, Pear Deck sidebar. Please say yes, I see the same screen. So I repeat the steps again. How you get that sidebar? You need to click on add-ons. You need to activate the add-on you just installed, which is Pear Deck or Google Slides, and you say open Pear Deck add-on. I already did that, and this sidebar popped up for me. Okay, people see that sidebar. Cool. Okay, if you see that sidebar, then we are almost done. So then let's go to slide number 1. I go to slide number 1. Is this an interactive slide? No, this is just a title. So I don't want it to be interactive. I go to the next slide. Is this an interactive slide? Yes, it is. What type of interaction I'm expecting? Text. In this slide, I am expecting my students to type and let me know what the difference is between decimals and fractions. So I just say on this slide, in the next slide, I click on ABC, text. One click on ABC. And update slide. So after updating your slide, you will see a new bar at the bottom of your slide. It says students write your responses. So that bar is really, really important. Okay? Don't play with that bar. Don't change its size. Don't edit that bar or don't delete that bar. So whatever you want to do with the design and whatever with your slide, you have a plenty of space on the top. You can add anything, any images, I don't know, zip file, JPEG file, like shapes, design, bold, italic, red, blue, whatever you want. As long as you have that bar there, your slide is interactive, and you can edit everything. Only that bar. But that bar has to be there, and please don't touch it. It needs to be there, and it is the key point that makes your slide interactive. So I go to slide number 3. In this slide, it says please watch this short video. So in this case, I need to add a video. And video, where is my video? It's either in my Google Drive that I can make a link, or it is on YouTube. So I prefer to pick that video from YouTube, and I click on website. It doesn't have to be a YouTube. If you find something on Wikipedia that you want your kids to read, or any website that you want to use in your lesson, you can direct all the learners into that website just during your lesson with one click. So I say next, and it asks me please enter a website here. So I go to YouTube. And since my lesson is about decimals and fractions, I go to YouTube, like YouTube over here. And I will pick something related to, okay, I say fractions and decimals. Um, Okay, let's say I find this video useful, and I want to. There is a uh, Google ad, so I copied that link, and I want to add that link over here, and I say update slide. Okay, so that link already added to my presentation. Again, every time if I update my slide, I have a new bar, and it's a different bar. Here it says students write your response, and here it says students browse this link. But I can also, for easy accessibility, I can make this stuff for them. I can support this video. I just say click on this link, and I can make the color for red, for example. Okay. So this one, slide number 4. In this case, I want them to evaluate, to calculate. So for this calculation, what they need pen, a pencil, colors, eraser, everything. So for this slide, I pick draw. So in this case, guys, if you are using it first time, draw and draggable, you might feel like there are star next to them. That star means they are premium features, but you still have access it for 3 months, for 90 days. Okay, so after 90 days, those functionality might be off, but if your school is affected by COVID-19 outbreak, there will be a form that you need to fill it out, and if you fill it out, you will still get a 3 months, 3 months, 3 months. You will probably get extra time to have free access. But still, after 90 days, uh, you still have 80% of the total functionality of Pear Deck. Even if you don't pay it or if you don't extend your free trial, you still have 80% of accessibility. This is my third year of using Pear Deck. 3 years. For the over last 3 years, I've been using this. And then some functionality I use I'm in my 90 days trial at the moment. And I'm thinking of continuing with that after 90 days, even if they don't expand that trial. But again, if you don't want, you don't have to. You still have Peer Deck, you still have that sidebar, you still have all the functionality, but a little bit, some functions will be off. Okay, in this case, I want them to draw. And when you click on draw, it might say upgrade, click on upgrade, and just for a couple of steps, it will ask you to try your free 90 days, and that will be very easy, no worries. Just click on upgrade. Clicking on upgrade doesn't mean that you have to pay money. It is just activating your 90 days free. Okay, I clicked on that and I have this bar over here. Okay, so I continue. The last test question here. So for the test question, I will choose multiple choice. The question is not here, but let's assume it is there. Okay, so I say next. How many options do I have? 4 options. The options are not there, but let's assume we have like technical like options A, B, C, and I want to have one more option, option D. Okay, so we have 4 options. Let's say there is a question and proper options, but in this case there is not. I just did it like a demo style. We have options. There's multiple choice, and then didn't pop up. It is coming probably. Let me do it one more time. Next. Okay. A, B, C, another option D. That's right. Okay, I have that part and I am okay. So slide number 6, drag your dot onto the improper fraction. So here I need to pick a draggable. I need to make it a draggable slide. I click on draggable. Next. Okay, how many improper fraction do I have? I have only one, so I need only one dot. If you want to add multiple dots, you can add multiple dots, different colors, the same colors. If you want them not to be look like a dot, like a location icon, you can pick location icon. It's over here. If you want flag, you can pick flag. Even you have lots of stuff. You have lots of different signs that kids might drag and drop. It is very cool. I find it very cool feature of the Pear Deck. So I just pick a dot, and since I have only one dot, let me pick it blue or green. Since I have only one improper fraction that they need to drag and drop, it is just one dot. And here with this slider, you can adjust the size of that dot. In my case, this size is better, so I update slide. All right, so my demo lesson is almost ready. Before sharing it with the students, I want to show you other cool stuff. One of the new stuff is adding an audio to the slide. For example, beginning of the presentation, if it is asynchronous, if you want to use this presentation for not live lesson, let's say you want to send the kids and you want them to work on your presentation on their own pace, whenever they want. And then you should, this is very cool feature that they just recently added this week. So add audio. It's very cool. You just one click and you add your audio. And for the first slide, I will add my audio. I click on add audio. You just record that audio on the go. You don't have to upload it from different resources. I say record. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, grade 5. I hope you're fine and you hear me clearly and you have a great day. I hope you also did your breakfast. In today's lesson, we'll review fractions and decimals. In the next couple of slides, you will see different questions related to fractions and decimals. I want you to complete them by the end of the day. And if you have any questions, you can email me anytime during the day. Thank you. Good luck. I'm willing to see your excellent responses soon. Have a good day. And I say save. Add to the slide. Okay, adding to the slide. So, and when kids are on the first slide, they will see there is an audio. When they click on that audio, they will hear my voice and they will understand what's going to happen, what they are supposed to do for this lesson. If it is not live, okay? If it is live, they hear you anyways. You can tell them, like, if you connected with Zoom, Skype, or Microsoft Teams, or Hangouts, they hear you anyways. But it is a fantastic tool. It's an amazing tool for asynchronous learning. Okay, so I think my internet also a little bit low, still adding that audio. Yeah, complemento. Good. In Spain, it is complementos, right? Good. Fantastic. I'm learning Spanish now. Oh. Gracias. Sí. Bonjour. Good. Okay, so just I hope it will add it. Hmm. Oh. Okay, let me do it again. I will just make a short recording. in this case because it was maybe very long. Good morning, everyone. Please follow the instructions in the coming slides. Have a good day. Okay. Come on. You can test your voice. And you can download if you want to use it for it later. Okay, so let's continue. This is just because of internet. Yeah, I'm sure if you tested it works. I already tested it and it works, but just it takes a while just because of the internet. So I skipped that part. And before presenting it, I also want to introduce you the template library, which is an excellent uh, just space for the teachers. When you click on it, this is just on the top, template library. And it says beginning of the lesson, during the lesson, end of the lesson. If you scroll a little bit down, critical thinking, social emotional learning, math, science, social studies, languages, ELA. So here there you'll find fantastic tools. Let's explore a little bit. Beginning of the lesson. So there are already the ready slides, free slides already designed for you by Pear Deck, and it is free. So if you like it, you click on it, and it automatically adds to your presentation. And it's already designed, very cool designs. Everything is clear. And another cool stuff is they are all editable. You can edit everything. Just the bar, you need to keep the bar at that's the requirement for all cases. So I go to the during the lesson, I want to add a temperature check slide. Okay. Just, okay. I need to refresh. Okay, template library during the lesson. Okay, loading. Internet is slow today. Okay. Okay. Okay, template library during the lesson. Okay, cool. So I will just pick this one, and one click, it is there on my presentation. And again, everything is editable. You can edit everything and adjust it to your content and situation. So here we have, I just do it, use this slide a couple of times during the lesson. I will drag and drop it to the end. So drag your dot how you're feeling, and this is I call this like temperature check. So I just in the classroom when we are teaching and when we are in the classroom physically, based on the way that the kids look at us and look at the content and their emotional situation. We feel if we understood or not, right? And we are able to read their body languages. But in this case, you don't see, you see their faces, maybe on Google Hangouts or Zoom, but it might be a little bit difficult to be able to get that impression if they understand or not. And that's very cool feature for them. Just they drag and drop their dots, and again anonymously, hidden, privately, they just drag and drop. And if they feel they don't understand, they say I don't understand. If they say I understand, keep going. They say understand, keep going. That's the cool feature. So my lesson is ready. You can explore it a little bit more. Just there is content based stuff, like let's say languages, for example. If you go to languages, here we have lots of slides that they are ready. They are already created. One click and it will be in your presentation. For example, science, let's say, and experiments, hypotheses, observations. Like look what the so objective or whatever. Like here we have cool features. I just don't want to add it, but it's a hypothesis, materials, procedure, observation, conclusion. Like just you need to explore a little bit. All of these stuff are free. I don't want this right now. Okay, so let's say you made your presentation and you added interactive slides and everything, and you are ready to go. What to do? Before so making this interactive online lesson happen, if everything is ready, you added all the interactiveness and audio if you want to, and you made the design and work completed. Let's say everything is completed. Only thing you need to do is just start a lesson. But before starting a lesson, there is one point. So some of you have your kids, they have their either Microsoft accounts or Google accounts. If you have it, that's perfectly fine. But for some teachers, their student, maybe they are in elementary kids, they don't have their email account, or their school doesn't provide those accounts for them. And basically, if you are not sure that your kids, your students have Gmail or Microsoft account, and this you need to be careful before clicking on start lesson. So what to do then? So before clicking the start lesson, there is 3 horizontal lines next. We click on that, and here there is the option that we need to be careful is it says require student logins. If you make it on, if you require student logins, then when kids try to join to your lesson, Pear Deck will ask them login with Google or login with, if you work with Microsoft 365, then login with Microsoft. If you did it on Google Slides, they have obviously need to log in with Google. So and then they will log in with Google, and you will see who is who. Okay. But if you uncheck it, if you make it off, if your kids don't have their email addresses, or you think like they might have difficulty, some of them that might forget their usernames or passwords. If you say I don't require, if you uncheck it, if you make it off, when you share your lesson with kids, they will click on that link, and they will automatically log in, get into your classroom, and they will join with their avatars. How you did in the first at the beginning of my session. They will join with their avatars. They will be automatically picked by the icons, and you basically will not see who is who. But there are some methods to see who is who if you are in that case. The first case is if you make your slides, drag the let's say type and draw slides, they still can type their names on their own. You can say, guys, please write your names on your slides. Or what you can do is at the beginning of the lesson, you have your roster, the kids with their names. You can ask, guys, please text me the name of your avatar. And then, for example, Susan will text you, I am an eagle. I don't know. Michael will say you, I am a wolf. Another one will say you, I am a rabbit or whatever. You can just make that list, names and avatars at the beginning of the lesson, and then you will see who is who. Okay, that's the tricky part. But I hope mostly you have your kids having Gmail or Microsoft accounts, and Peer Deck also works for Microsoft 365. And then if you want to use it for your Microsoft account, you need to go use the 365 PowerPoint, and add-on is also there. They call it add-in instead of add-on, but Peer Deck also works there. And then if you use Microsoft 365, then your kids needs to log in with Microsoft. If you use Google Slide, and then they need to log in with Google accounts. Okay, so in my case, let's say I know that you all have your Gmail accounts, and I say login, require student logins in this case, and I click present lesson. And then when I click on present lesson, it asks me, there is two options I have. First one is for asynchronous learning and synchronous learning. So student-paced mode and teacher-paced mode. Student-paced mode is like if you just want to make a lesson, it's not live lesson. You want to share this presentation with kids. You just want to want them to work on this presentation on their own pace whenever they want, and just there is no time restriction or whatever. And one kid can do it in the evening, another one can do it in the morning, another one can do it at the afternoon. But if your lesson is live over Zoom, Skype, Google Hangouts, or whatever the learning management tool you are using, then I highly recommend to use instructor-paced activity. So in the instructor-paced activity, you have full control over the presentation. If you are on the first slide, everyone else are on the first slide. If you move to second slide, everyone automatically moves to the second slide. Kids cannot navigate within the slides. If they want to go to second slide while you are on the first slide, they can. But in the student-paced activity, they have an ability to navigate within the slides. For example, Ahmad might be in slide number 10 while Susan is in slide number 1. So if your lesson is live, it should be instructor-paced activity. So my lesson is live at the moment, and I pick instructor-paced activity. So my lesson is almost ready. Okay, I am in the last slide, but I want to go to the first slide first. And so this is teacher dashboard. I close it. I don't need it now. Okay, I go to slide number 1 first. Slide number 1. So this is my online lesson, and it is ready. I have all of my slides over here. Okay, and now it is time to share it with my kids. So this is me. This is my presentation, but no one knows about this presentation yet. And I'm gonna share it. If you use Google Classroom, the only thing you will do is you will just share a single link in terms of accessibility we talked about in the session number 1. So if you use Google Classroom, you will just post that link in the Google Classroom. If you use Zoom, just post it in the chat box, Hangouts, chat box. Whatever the learning management tool you are using, you just need to share that link with the learners. And let's say our learning management tool is Zoom and Zoom chat box. Let's assume. And now I'm going to share a single link in the chat box. So how to get access to that link? That link is always here on the right top of your screen. You see a code. Actually, there is multiple ways of joining your Google's this Pear Deck presentation. One way is entering code, but I don't recommend that because it takes 2 steps. They need to go to another link and they need to enter the code. But with the link, it is just accessibility 100%. One click and you'll be there. So I say give students a link. I click on that, give students a link at the bottom. It's copied, and number of the students at the moment is 0, and I paste it into the chat box. I already posted in the chat box. No, to everyone. Wait, to everyone. Okay, link is there. Please click on that link, and you will be connected to my new lesson. which is about fractions and decimals, which we just made. I'm waiting for the student. No student connected yet. Okay. Um, how to share the link with kids? You mean that part? Okay, good. So 4 students connected. So once you clicked on start lesson and once you clicked on instructor paced activity, you will end up with this screen, a screen like this. And then at the bottom, it says give students a link here. Give students a link. And you click on that. And if you click on that, link already copied. And you need to paste it into the whatever management system you use with your kids. If it is Hangout, you just need to paste it into Hangout chat box, or you can email to kids, or you can post on Google Classroom, or just yeah, this is all you need to do. 9 students connected so far. Okay. So in this case, guys, it might be a little bit, it might take a little bit longer because in this case, I made logins required. In this case, you will be required to log in with Google. So and then again, it will ask you how you are feeling, and then you will see exactly what I see. You will see fractions and decimals. And this is not an interactive slide. You just see a white screen with written fractions and decimals, nothing else. And if you try to go to next slide, you can't because I made it instructor paced activity, and I have, as a teacher, I have a full control of the lesson. So now I go to the next slide. I go to the next slide, and if you connected, you are in the next slide at the moment, and you see the question says, what's the difference between decimals and fractions? And I want to give you 1 minute to complete your responses. And for giving it time, I just click on lock screen and I hold it. And if I hold it, it gives me the 3 options: 30 seconds, 1 minute, and 3 minutes. And then once you gave them a time, so you don't have to wait when time ends. You can monitor the process on the go. So you still have 30 seconds, but at this point I want to see what's going on in the class and what are their responses look like. I click on show responses and I see the responses that already made. So 12 students connected, but 3 of them responded so far. And if I want to hide, I can hide. So this is just an excellent tool. The students don't need to send it to you. They don't need to submit. They don't need to attach any file. Whatever they do, you just see it. And this is because of the internet connection. If it is blank. Okay, I gave extra time and 5 students connected and they responded. What's the difference between fractions and decimals? If you don't know what it is, just say something. You don't have to investigate the decimals between fractions and decimals, okay? And if you wish to, you can also add your names. I just want you to feel that how that interactiveness works. If you feel, you can add your names. So this is the type of slide that you can add your names. I always say to kids, I say, you know, this is optional, guys. If you want to add your names, you can do so. But this is not a requirement. You don't have to. If they logged in with the Gmail account, they don't have to write their names because you know who they are anyways. Not in this view. I will show you how you know who is who. Okay. So on this view, this is a projector view. In this view, by default, Pear Decks make everyone hidden, all the names hidden, because it is a place that you can even use it in the real classroom. You can put it in the projector in front of the classroom, and everyone see what's going on. You can even make a small discussion about that. So in this case, kids' privacy uh, is kept, okay, supported. But I know since you logged in with Google, I know who did that. Who wrote decimals have a point and brackets have a slash to separate the numbers. I know who is that person. I know who is that. That name is not here, but I know. And I'll show you how do I know at the end. We continue, guys. So here I say, please watch this short video. So let's say I give you some time to find and watch that video. So you will see that link at the bottom of your screen. You will just click on that link and it will automatically take you to the YouTube video that I posted the link. So you don't have to watch that video. I just want you to experience how it works. And in this case, it will open a new tab and it will go to YouTube and you need to watch that video and then you need to come back to the previous tab, which you will see this screen. I assume you already tested it and we continue. So in this slide, I want you to evaluate. I want you to add 1/2 and 3/4. So at this case, you have, again, you have pen, pencil, eraser, all the colors, and you also have T icon. You can even type if you wish to, if you are comfortable with typing. Some kids, they are comfortable with typing rather than drawing. So you can type the answer if you want to. So I just want to give you 1 minute to type something there. Just, you don't have to type the answer, just something. Cool, Elizabeth. Thank you for your I think it's a happy face. I assume it is happy face over there. Oh my God, someone already evaluated, and then common denominators over there. Fantastic, cool. You must be a math teacher, I think. Or someone with a good mathematical background. 25 seconds left. Just, yeah, draw something and just do something over there. You don't have to evaluate it. I just want you to um, to practice those tools, to play with those tools and see is they good or yeah, that person 1 3 5 over 4. Yep, that's correct. Oh, clock, is that clock? Okay, time is up, guys. Time is up. Very good. We continue. So this is a test question. The question is not there and answer options are not there, but let's assume there is a question and there is answers. Just in the next 30 seconds you need to pick one. And yeah, just you need to on the left side of your screen you see the question, body of the question, and then answer options. And then on the right side of your screen you see A, B, C, D. You need to pick one. So in normal cases there is proper question and answer options, but this is just a demo presentation. I just leave it like it is. So, and then I don't know why, but the people, some of the people, they say B and C. Oh, C is majority. Okay, so you responded. Cool. I continue. Okay, now this is draggable slide. I want to show me the improper fraction in the next 30 seconds. I see the green dots are flying around. Is it 1/2 4 over 7 or 3 over 2? We are looking for an improper fraction. At the moment, 5 seconds left. Okay, time is up, and I see that majority did it correct. Everyone did it correct. Of course, it is 3 over 2. Okay, now drag your dot how you're feeling, guys, in this interactive lesson. This is just the first slide that I took from the Pear Deck by default. I didn't make it. I just let's say steal it from Pear Deck. All right. So people say, keep going, I understand. Cool, very good. Very good, very good, very good. I continue, and basically that's the end of the presentation lesson. So I lock the screen, and I will go back to my main presentation now. Here. Okay, guys. So we made a brand new interactive Google presentation. Okay. I already we also explored Pear Deck template library and resources. So let's look at the overview, all the features one more time. So as a teacher, if it is live lesson, you have an ability to limit. You have a timer. You can give a certain time for kids to complete their response, and I find it very useful. It increases their engagement and participation. We have student-paced mode again for asynchronous learning process. If it is not live lesson, let's say it might be a weekend practice or whatever, just or you don't have access to make live lessons. You can make offline lessons, but fully interactive. It is still interactive even if it's offline. So you can add your voice, you can add your video, YouTube video, and then the interactive part or whatever, and you will after that you will see what they did. You will have access to monitor their work. And then again, add the audio to the slide. This is a brand new feature just released last week, couple of days ago, and you directly record your voice from the Pear Deck. You don't have to upload it from somewhere else. It is very easy and simple. And review sessions. Okay, that's the one we will look at it now. And then the last one we already talked about, requires students logins to see who is who. And again, if you require them log in with Google or Microsoft, you will keep track of the progress and everyone. They don't have to write their names. Even if it is draggable slide, test slide, multiple choice slide, you know who did what. But if you turn it off, everyone will join with their avatars, with their nicknames. So it might be a little bit challenging to figure out who is who unless they write their names. Or again, there is a tricky part is you can make a list of that avatars with their names. You can ask at the beginning of the lesson, for example, Ahmad, what is your avatar? James, what's your avatar? Susan, what's your avatar? I know it might take a little bit time, but that is one of the teacher does, and then actually it is her opinion to do so. That's something she does. It works with a classroom small classroom sizes, like with 5 kids, 10 kids. Otherwise, it might take lots of time to ask one by one and to figure out who is who. But again, I think in most of the cases, kids have their email addresses, and they might join with either Google or Microsoft. Okay, so so let's say after this webinar you liked it. I'm sure you will probably love it, and so you need extra help. What to do? So Pear Deck have for profiles on social media. I highly recommend to check their YouTube channel on Pear Deck, and you can also find me on social media. I am on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. You can ask me what to do, and I'll support you for your first couple of presentations. I'm happy to do so. No problem with that. But I highly recommend go and check Pear Deck YouTube channel. You will find lots of teacher tips, tools, cool ideas, and they also posted their recent webinars that they made with educators. I'm sure you'll also find those webinars recordings helpful, and there are lots of stuff there. Whatever we discussed, you will find them there as well in the small videos, and I'm sure they're explaining this stuff better than me. So I highly recommend go and find their YouTube. I'm really happy to have such an amazing educators over the world. This is more than 2 hours you have been with me and learning something new. And why? For the kids, for the learners, for the world. You are open to learning new stuff and implementing stuff for a better learning experiences and practices. Thank you for that. And if you don't have any question, I think we can complete our journey today. Again, I'm waiting for your feedback on social media.